A very, very important question. What is the future of the Yorubas after Tinubu's presidency? What is the future of Yorubas after Tinubu's presidency? I noticed one thing, that the Fulani cabals and the coalition that is being set up now, they are setting up a coalition for a long-term agenda, long-term, after Tinubu's presidency. Some Southwesterners are afraid that Yorubas might get into a lot of trouble after Tinubu finishes his 8 years, in quote, if he finishes his 8 years. If Nigeria has not been restructured then. So some Yoruba people are like afraid, what will happen to the Southwest after Tinubu finish his 8 years? Just know that you are dealing with the Fulani, and Fulani, they don't forgive, they don't forget. That one is different. They always pay back. There's always a payback time for the Fulani, whoever you are. Even the Hausas themselves that they claim to be brothers and Muslim. You know, if you're a Muslim has no ethnicity according to the Fulani, or most people, the Quran. Muslims have no ethnicity. But the Fulani would overlook the Islamic ties they have with the Southwest, and they will forever want to deal with anybody. Look at the Hausas. Look at what is happening in the northern part of Nigeria today. Look at how Fulani have dealt with everybody and they are subjugating everybody. Everybody is like a slave to Fulani. So Fulani, they don't consider forgiveness. They only consider a payback, because their agenda is to make sure that they bring you on under subjugation. They take over, they subjugate you. That is the agenda of the Fulani. So what is the fate of Yoruba people after Tinubu's regime? Tinubu has taken bold steps, and I fear it is just selfish. Most of these steps are born out of selfish ambition. It's not really, that's my personal opinion. I look at it as he wants to set an empire for himself in Nigeria, the way he set up an empire for himself in Lagos. Look at what is happening in Lagos State. Obasa, that was accused of the Lagos State House of Assembly to be a fake lawyer, somebody who has committed a crime, in quote, that should be prosecuted and all have you, is causing trouble in the house. Somebody that, if the allegations were to be true, he should not be in that house saying he wants to take over the office on the 18th of February. Obasa should be behind bars. But you see, the kind of politics that is being played in Lagos, Tinubu has set up for himself an empire in Lagos that may not be defeated in the next 20 years, because only after he dies, that's when you see that all these ones they are doing on your mandate, we shall stand. You know that nobody is standing on the mandate of Tinubu and the APC for nothing. There's a reason why they stand on that mandate. Most of these people in the Southwest are not united, in quote, as you think they are, especially those bigots. I might understand for the conservatives. Those bigots, you think that Yorubas are united. When the man in the center, the man that Yoruba heritage is being built around, that is Tinubu, by any means, he dies and he goes out of the picture, you understand that most of these people are not standing on that mandate with their clear mind. So what is happening in Lagos State? They are advising the president, Tinubu, especially the wife, take your hand off what is happening in Lagos State. Stay clear of what is happening in Lagos State. But it seems, according to reports, that the wife wants Obasa to come back, an alleged fake lawyer. It tells you a lot about the APC. And beyond that, I'm looking at, if Tinubu finishes his 8 years and if Tinubu is no more, what will be the fate of the Yorubas in Nigeria? That's why we are saying that the time that he has, he needs to get all the support that he needs to get to restructure Nigeria. Make everybody go their own separate ways. Find your square roots. Let everybody find their square root, because what Tinubu is doing today will be repaid. Look at the Igbos. The 1966 coup, after Ibadan media has given their report on the coup, after everybody has brought their sentiment up and down, blaming the Igbos, blaming the Igbos. You see, a Fulani scholar said something. I was very interested in what he said. When they were blaming the northern elite for killing Yoruba leaders, this Fulani scholar said, why would you blame the vast majority of northerners for the actions of very few political northern power-drunk military men? So they were shifting the blame to those military men that they were not representing northerners, while the Yorubas were saying that northerners killed our southwestern leaders. The same argument made by the Igbos during the 1966 coup, that those that carried out what they carried out is their own personal interest, and that of Nnamdi Azikiwe, Aguiyi, they were running their own personal show, but they took the whole blame on the Igbo people till today. So whatever Tinubu is running in Nigeria today, they will forever want to shift the blame to the Yoruba people. I've said before that I don't see Tinubu as a Yoruba person, as one that represents true Omoluabi ethics, except there's another definition. Those that are around me, the Yorubas that are around me, I see Omoluabi ethics. They show me every day through their actions and their character. Respect for elders, they stand against what is evil, and their hands are plain. You can see right through them. They are humble and they are accommodating for the Omoluabi ethics. But the Tinubu and gang, APC gang, they are not representing the Yoruba people from what we've seen that they have been doing over the past years. So I am not worried about how the Yorubas will be treated after Tinubu's regime. I'm worried whether there will still be unity. Whether there will still be unity amongst these Yoruba leaders that are standing on mandate. You think that they are united. But when the people, when you see the Igbos, I've told you about a bigot. A bigot is somebody that has a disease. There's a demon in that person, wanting to make himself better, look better than every other person. Whether they are Hausas, whether they are Fulanis, whether they are Igbos and Yorubas, a bigot is a disease. When they don't see, for instance, now let's use the Southwestern, the Southwesterners and the Igbos. When the Igbos are out of the whole scene, they will look for another excuse to pour out their hatred. That bigotry. Okay, Ibadan are this, Ibadan are that. Don't marry from Ibadan. They are this. When the Igbos are no more there, okay, the Ibadan are no more there. They may even take it to their streets. These people in this street are this. So, whatever it is, my concern is whether the Southwest will still be united. That's why it is dangerous for the Yorubas to build their political future around the APC. I've said it. APC will self-destruct. Now that everybody is running together, everybody is joining the APC. Yes, one party system. The one party system will not last after Tinubu. It will self-destruct. After Tinubu's tenure, Tinubu may maintain some certain influence on the next person that is going to become president for the first 3 to 4 years. But I don't know about second term. So let's give Tinubu, he will be relevant for 12 years. I've said it, that's my opinion. I'm not in support of Tinubu when it comes to governance. I'm in support of Tinubu when it comes to let us scatter everything. I know that Fulani does not want restructuring. They don't like it. They hate it. So if Tinubu is going to bring that energy into governance, let him bring in that energy. For governance, I've given up on governance when it comes to the APC. The APC, they will lie. Do you know what it means to give a criminal the key to Nigeria's treasury? All this will remove subsidy. They are the ones in charge now. They are the ones that are going to probe. If they don't remove subsidy, they will tell you they remove subsidy. They are the ones that own the EFCC. That's why every nook and cranny, every agency in Nigeria, they want to put their loyalty so that they can be able to capture everything. You can't get anything. There's no independence from that. If they are stealing money, it is only them that know that they are stealing money. Whatever they are presenting to you is a mirage. Do you understand? Have you read about gang leaders? Have you read about drug lords, how they operate? You know, Nigerians don't read. Nigerians don't do research. You just sit down and open your mouth, wow, on your mandate. Be standing on mandate that they are gaslighting you and you don't know where you are. At the end of the day, you think you are moving forward. When reality sets in, you will now find out that you go nowhere. You are just nothing and empty. Just like how the politics that the West is playing with Africa. Africa with all the resources. World Bank will say this one. World Bank will say that one. Intervention, grants and everything. At the end of the day, Africa has nothing to show for all its resources. Despite the West advising our leaders with all their intervention, with every of their suggestion, our leaders will allow the West interfere into our politics. Think they are meaning well for you. They bring all sorts of policies. They build all sorts of they come and do all sorts of meetings. At the end of the day, when you look at Africa, Africa is empty. So that is what APC is doing to you as a person standing on which mandate. See, a party of criminals, there's nothing they can offer, no matter what. You see, when someone wants to do 419, they make it look real. You will not even suspect. It is at the end of the day, when they have taken their fill, when they have achieved what they want to achieve, that your eyes will now be opened, that I was being misled. Me, I cannot be misled by the APC rubbish. So a Tinubu for me does not represent the Yoruba people and Yoruba interest. If he represents you, I have friends that are working in the government, especially Lagos State government. I have Yoruba friends. I have more Yoruba friends than even Igbo friends. I align with more Yoruba friends than Igbo friends that work with the government. So I know what I'm talking about. Don't look at me as a novice. I don't know what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about. So if I'm coming here to tell you that APC, even those that you think are in APC, when Tinubu leaves the scene, you now know that some people are just there for follow. They don't really believe in that mandate. So what will be the fate of the Southwest after Tinubu's exit from power or from this world? Currently, Yoruba Ronus, or whatever you call them, Yoruba Ronus are attacking the Fulani, are attacking the Hausas, are attacking the Igbos, are attacking everybody attackable. On the Fulani side, we don't want Sharia. Satan of Sokoto, this, I support that one. No, I'm part of that one. I'm just telling you that the battles that the Yorubas are facing now, that they are fighting now, when there's a return, when the table shifts, because power is transient. Power is transient. Everybody will get an opportunity, no matter how small it is. The Igbos had their own time in the First Republic. They were in power. They were so high-handed and everything. It now turned. The table now turned. It seems like as the table turned, it almost turned forever. The Igbos have been getting hit. The stray bullet, they have been taking it left, right, center. This coalition doesn't want Igbo to even get close to power at all. When I talk of coalition, I'm talking about the political, those that are in political position. No. Because during the last election, an Igbo man was handsomely voted for by people of other tribes. So it is the politicians that pull the strings that are the ones that I'm talking about. So they don't really want an Igbo man to get to power because the table has turned. Now the table has turned for the Fulani. Fulani are getting it hot. Getting it real hot. But not the hot I expect. I'm telling you. If Tinubu can, at the end of his tenure, bring in a middle belt, and that middle belt will be popularly voted for, supported, and he wins the election, the system he used in winning election under Buhari, if Tinubu can employ that system for the middle belt person to win an election at least for 4 years, then it's going to be a wonderful thing. And if after Tinubu's restructuring, if he has kicked off that restructuring, the South should not even align together with their difference, with their hatred, align together for that restructuring to mature. Because at the House of Assembly, if the Southern leaders don't align together, don't come together, don't support themselves against the Northern bloc, support the middle belt, let them, because the Fulanis, when they are doing their own, they do it before your eyes. They are attacking your farmlands, they do it before your eyes. They are playing politics on you. They are saying Nigeria is not negotiable, they do it before your eyes. They are allocating billions of naira to the north, where Boko Haram that they are supporting is destroying the region, and they take money from the southern part of Nigeria, allocate to the north. They do it before your eyes. So after Tinubu's 8 years, if we can install a middle belter, since we are stupid in politics now, since we want to all agree that it is the politics of snatch it, we don't want good governance. If we can install a middle belter that will show them shege, that is what I'm in for. Then the southern part of Nigeria, Igbos, whoever, they should align. If he has followed the part of restructuring, you know, but if Tinubu has not followed that part of restructuring, if he has not restructured Nigeria by then, I think on your own, the Yorubas will be on their own. Because I will not be supporting a Tinubu. I will not be supporting a Tinubu that is allegedly sponsoring some elements to denigrate the Igbo people just for talking ill of my brothers. No, I'm supporting him because of that restructuring. So no permanent friends, politics, no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, but permanent interest. So if my interest is not captured in this Tinubu's restructuring of Nigeria, then the Southwest should be alone. That they are going to, what the Igbos have been taking for a very long time, they are going to taste from it. The denigration, the gang up against Igbos. Intentionally, they will not want Igbos to get to a certain level in the civil service. If not for the federal allocation of, okay, this traditional bring 3 people, this senator bring 4 people. They will not even want to give Igbos employment in any, if not for those strategic employment slots. It will be hard for us to find Igbos in government, if not for those federal levels. Or this senator has this, that senator has this one has this, if not for those levels. So, if the Yorubas and Fulanis ganged up against the Igbos, and the only reason why I will support a Yoruba person, in the person of Tinubu, if it were Osibajo, my brother, I will support Osibajo. I've told you, I'm not a tribal bigot, I'm a human being first. Somebody said, my guy, you are not Igbo. So you are the one that determines who becomes Igbo. Being Igbo does not mean I'll be so, let me not use this word. So you must behave in a certain way to become an Igbo person. How many of your Igbo leaders in the first that were born in Igbo land? Ojuku born in Igbo land? Was Nzogu born in Igbo land? When they were speaking, were they speaking like Igbo in quote? Okay, because I don't have that intonation. So my mother gave birth to me in Lagos, which was not my making. So that would not make me to be Igbo. You're not more Igbo than me. You're not more Biafran than me. My knowledge about some things about this Biafra of a thing, you are no more than me. So let's not even go to that route. The reasons why I'm supporting a Tinubu is for restructuring. And if he doesn't achieve that, it is on him and the Southwesterners. Now, there are very, very many good Yoruba people, but who cares now under the kind of politics we play? When Nzogu and Co did their personal bidding, carried out their personal actions and agenda, many Igbos lost their lives. Innocent people lost their lives. The Hausas went and started killing. The Middle Belt joined them, and they started killing Igbos, innocent Igbos, because of the actions of some few soldiers. And those few soldiers were not killed at the end of the day. So if it happens that there is an onslaught on the Southwestern people, then it's going to go round, because this is the normal politics we play every day. And I pray it hits the Ronus. Internet, Jesus will have not come then. Then I want to see how the Ronus, because it seems like when Buhari was president, Mietiala became prominent. Mietiala found their voice. They started doing anyhow, wire, behaving like lords and kings, going from farm to farm, causing mayhem, threatening, kidnapping, and all sorts, as if they are untouchables. The Mietiala. As soon as Buhari's tenure ended, it seems they just hold break. Something just happened. They were nowhere to be found. That is the Mietiala. Now, it is under Tinubu's regime. I believe the Southwesterners should be much more educated. It is the Ronu. You see, it now seems like they now found their voice under a Tinubu's government. Under Tinubu, they're just attacking anybody, planning against anybody. If you do anything against them, they can search for your pictures, search for me. I'm showing my face. Me, I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not afraid. Very few people don't want to show their face. They can hit anybody, they can do anything to anybody. It's just 8 years. After 8 years, you see them, they will disappear. I don't use a word, a particular word. I don't use a particular word. I expected the Yorubas to be able to understand that, see, power is transient. So whatever it is, the opportunity Tinubu has, he must use it to restructure Nigeria. If not, the coalition that these people are gathering together, these bees, these wolves that are going behind, doing one meeting or the other, it is a very long coalition. No? They understand better than I. What I'm doing, some people understand it better. They'll just take actions on it. They know that Tinubu wants to install somebody that is going to be his own puppet after he leaves 8 years. They know that it will be difficult to ask Tinubu out of power. But the Fulani does not care. They always want to try and see if they can succeed. See if they can succeed. That's what they will do. So the Yoruba should brace up that if Tinubu does not restructure Nigeria as it were, as it's supposed, if Tinubu furthers his ambition of creating an empire for himself in Nigeria and also becoming amongst the cabal, he will not stop the Yorubas from being persecuted after Tinubu's regime. He needs to leave those selfish ambitions and focus on how he can restructure Nigeria for better, if not for his people, at least for his people and the southern part of Nigeria. And they know how they can do it. They have been in power. We will not come here and start giving them suggestions how they can restructure Nigeria. They have moved to every part, nook and cranny of the country. They have seen the resources we have. They have seen the capability and capacity that every state has. They know that every state, if they are really going to put the work, they would survive anything. Nothing is going to stop them from surviving. Nobody should gaslight anybody. Let there be resource control and let the center be less attractive. That is what we are asking for. Resource control, regionalism, then moving towards marginalization. But we know the Fulani will fight it. But we don't care. All we need is somebody who is very focused at restructuring and who can bring the southern part of Nigeria together. But it's unfortunate that these Yoruba Runus are fighting with everybody, claiming that they are special. Look what is happening on stream media. Fighting with the Igbos, with the Bini, with Ov. They are fighting with everybody in this Nigeria that we all are. They forcefully put us together. No problem. I just pray that Tinubu does not fail in restructuring Nigeria. But if he fails, the game is the game.